Good afternoon, Mr. Speaker. I strongly oppose H.R. 2056, which would effectively nullify laws, policies, and practices duly enacted by the District of Columbia, because I strongly support the ability of the residents of the District of Columbia to govern themselves on local matters. This is one of two D.C. bills that the House is considering this week to demonize immigrants. Let's be clear. The District of Columbia is in full compliance with federal law. It does not obstruct ICE from carrying out its duties. D.C., like many other jurisdictions, limits its cooperation with federal immigration agencies to what federal law actually requires. Why do jurisdictions limit such cooperation, other than the fact that immigration is a federal responsibility? Let us ask the police chiefs for an explanation. The major cities chief association opposes such cooperation for 4 reasons, and I will quote them. Enforcement of routine civil immigration by police would undermine the trust and cooperation with immigrant communities, which are essential elements of community-oriented policing. Courts have held that the lack of legal authority to enforce federal civil immigration statutes exposes local police to liability for unlawful arrest and detention. Local agencies do not possess adequate resources to enforce these laws, in addition to the added responsibility of Homeland Security and others. Immigration laws are very complex, and training required to understand them and to properly prosecute them significantly distracts from the core mission of local police to create safe communities, and I close quote. Let's be clear. Again, D.C. is in full compliance with federal law. It does not obstruct ICE from carrying out its duties, and it is backed by evidence demonstrating that limiting cooperation keeps people safer. Counties with laws that do not honor extrajudicial civil detainees had significantly lower levels of violent crime than counties that don't have such laws. Mayors, police chiefs, sheriffs, and local leaders across the country have made clear that the way to combat violent crime is allowing local police to do their jobs of ensuring public safety in their own communities, not commandeering local police to spend limited time and resources rounding up and detaining nonviolent immigrants who pose no threat. Forcing the District of Columbia to carry out the federal government's immigration duties also discourages residents from coming forward to share information with the police about violent crimes for fear that they or someone close to them will be detained or deported. This is simply bad policy and will hurt the residents of the District of Columbia. The House should reject H.R. 2056 and stop interfering in local D.C. matters. Instead, it should pass the D.C. Local Funds Act and H.R. 51, the D.C. Statehood Bill. With that, Mr. Chairman, Mr. Speaker, I'll reserve.